I'm a pretty big Apple Watch user slash fan. I currently have the Apple Watch Ultra 2. I absolutely love the Apple Watch. I mean, it doesn't even matter if I have the Ultra 2 or not. I use it pretty much every single day, whether it's working out or sleeping, because yes, I do use it for sleeping. All right, get off me for that, you know. And I also use it to like control my other devices and things of such. But all in all, I just think it's a great experience to have on an Apple Watch. I barely even put on like an actual watch like for fashion and stuff like that, because the Apple Watch stays on me. I have a freaking tan line where my Apple Watch is at. That's how much I use it. I wanted to make this video to let you guys know like how I use it, my favorite features and things of such. Like I said, I have the Ultra 2. They're probably going to be coming out with the Ultra 3 in September. But for those who are on the fence of buying an Apple Watch, be it the regular one or the Ultra or whatever the case may be, I'm going to shed some light on the Apple Watch, tell you why I absolutely love it, the features that I like to use, and maybe if the Apple Watch is for you or not. What's up with y'all? I'm so sorry for being super inconsistent. I've been posting at least once a week, but we're going to ramp that up. No doubt about that. Off rip though, one of my favorite features that I use my Apple Watch for is just for keeping track of my texts and phone calls. Now, I use it pretty much avidly for text messages and things of such. Like you'll see me typing on my Apple Watch, and you'll see me sometimes pick up the phone on my Apple Watch. It gets kind of weird at certain cases, but I like to use it mainly to pick up phone calls or whatever the case may be if I have my AirPods in or something like that. But having it to quickly look at my text messages can sometimes be a distraction in certain situations, so that's just something to know. Also, it can also help me when I'm at the gym, or if I'm doing something crazy, like, you know, not crazy, you know what I mean, but like if I'm out doing stuff, I always got my Apple Watch on me so I can keep track of text messages. And that's almost like that's a given on like how I use it. Like everybody, whenever they use a smartwatch, it's to look at their text messages. That can be for Apple Watch, it can be for a Samsung Galaxy Watch, it can be for a Garmin watch, whatever damn watch that you want to use, right? That's a smartwatch that connects to your phone. You're gonna use it for text messages so you can be able to see it. You know what I mean? Now, I avidly pay attention to my activity / exercise rings because I like to just keep track of where I'm at with my fitness goals and see how many steps I'm taking, making sure that I reach my fitness goals for the day, and also just to kind of beat my girlfriend for the day. Let's be honest, I'm not gonna lie to you guys, but I use my Apple Watch mainly for activity stuff, and I keep it on me all the time. Now, obviously, with the Ultra 2, it has more of that outdoorsy / like adventure type rugged feel, so it has additional features. But this can go with just any Apple Watch. You can go with the freaking, I don't even know what the base is right now, but you can go for just a cheap Apple Watch. You can still do the same thing, which is just keeping track of your activity and exercising if that's what you want to do. Now me, I avidly keep track of it. I make sure I close all my rings, because whenever you close off a bunch of rings, you kind of feel good that you accomplished something for the day. But then sometimes, even when it's like an off day and you don't want to do nothing, then, you know, sometimes not accomplishing all those rings kind of suck. But you know what I mean? Like, so using the activity and the exercise and rings, keeping track of that is what I love to do with my Apple Watch personally. And that's really bad. I don't know how much I can go in about activity. It kind of goes without saying. Now, one of my favorite features that I love about the Apple Watch is the fact that I can keep track of like the camera if my phone is put like on the other side. So if I want to take a picture with my girlfriend or somebody like that and put it on the other side and use the back camera for extra megapixels, then I can be able to really take control of it during my Apple Watch. So I can look at my Apple Watch, see the perfect angle, and I can even take the picture or even start the video, whatever I want to do. Now, surprisingly, a lot of people do not know about that. And if you look at a lot of content creators, you'll see that if they're recording stuff on their phone, if you look at their Apple Watch pretty closely, you can see that they have that camera screen up with that little record button. So that's just food for thought. Now, one feature that came with the watchOS developer beta is the flick notification. So if you get a notification and you don't want to see it anymore, instead of just swiping down, you can instead just flick like that. And that goes with anything. So if you're in an app and you want to flick and you want to go back to the home screen, you can just boom, just do it, boom, boom. Ever since I downloaded that watchOS 26 developer beta, I have been using that flick feature for like damn near every day. Like I use it damn near every day, especially when I'm at the gym. So if I'm like doing something, I get a notification or something like that, or if I'm in the music app and I want to go back to the home screen, boom, boom. I'm always doing that. And it's really responsive. I don't know how it is on the other watches, but for the Ultra 2 at least, doing that, it's very responsive. And it gives me a quick way of just swiping, like just, you know how you swipe down from notification? You know how you do that? Instead I just flick that mug. So it's just like, boom, get out of here. Boom. Okay, I'm having a little too much fun. My bad. Now the feature that is only for the Ultra 2, I believe, is the double tap feature. So what I mean by the double tap feature is by, you know, just doing this with your fingers. Boom, 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 boom. What I use that for, and you can obviously customize it the way you want, I use it to skip songs. A lot of people may not use that and they may think that it's redundant. In some cases it is, because you can just literally go like that, you know? But whenever I'm at the gym and I have a dumbbell on my lap or something like that, where I'm doing dumbbell press, I will sometimes have this one holding on to it or like trying to like figure out a way so it don't fall over and I look like a dumbass. I typically just go like this, boom, boom, change the song just like that, boom, boom, change the song just like that. And it helps out a lot, and it's very convenient, especially whenever you them strong people that carry them groceries. I know you be carrying groceries. I know there's a lot of times where you want to go like that with your nose, try to skip a song or something like that. Instead, you just go like that, boom, boom. I'm gonna be completely transparent with you guys. Is that enough for you to buy Ultra 2? Hell no. Just for a freaking double tap feature? Hell no. But if you have an Ultra 2 and you didn't know that you can do that, there you go, now you know. That double tap feature only works in either Apple Music or the Now Playing. So if you have Spotify and you put it on the Now Playing, then you can do the double tap feature. But if you're in the actual Spotify app on the Apple Watch, then you can't do it. You can't do the double tap thing. I tried it so many times. It only works with either the Apple Music app or the Now Playing app. Now, I may be a weirdo, but I like to keep track of my sleep. Sleep is something that is very important for me, and having my Apple Watch on, a lot of people say I'm stupid for keeping my Apple Watch on. Or they're like, how the hell do you sleep with the Apple Watch on your wrist, blah, blah, blah. You get used to it. Okay, you get used to it. I charge my Apple Watch before I go to bed, and then I put it on my wrist as I'm sleeping, and I'm able to see how I am doing while I'm sleeping. Now, is it super accurate? No, not at all. Is it more accurate than probably like the Oura Ring? Probably not. But it allows me to at least understand what's going on during my sleep and just be able to see during different things like sleep apnea and things of such. And also making sure that I hit my sleep goal of 7 hours, because I always like to get a minimum of 7 hours of sleep. I just like to overall keep track of it. I mean, I don't know what else to really go on about that. So if you don't know, it does show, and I can't remember off the top of my head, but it does show your awake time, your REM, core, deep. Now, obviously I'm not no sleep expert, but it allows you to look at all your different, like your bedtime that you have, your wake up haptics, your sleep duration, just things of such, and then like pretty much like your average sleep duration, just a bunch of different things about your sleep stages, which come in handy like crazy. Now, I still have to do my research on like AEM, core, deep, etc. But I'm still able to at least know what's going on while I'm sleeping, making sure, you know, I'm getting the amount of sleep and I'm not waking up all crazy stuff like Undertaker and stuff like that. You know what I mean? No, yeah, no. All right. Now, one feature that I just started using frequently, which I may be getting on my girlfriend's nerves, on my friend's nerves, is the walkie-talkie app. Now, the walkie-talkie app is actually kind of dope because instead of just calling somebody, and I got flamed for this stuff. Like, somebody reached out to me, they're like, bro, like, you could just call them, that's super redundant. I'm like, yeah, I know I can, but it's just the whole point of like, if they got an Apple Watch, I got an Apple Watch, why not walkie-talkie back and forth? I mean, sometimes it's better than not talking on the phone. Is it loud as hell? Yeah, it could be loud as hell because it goes straight to your watch. But I also think it is dope, especially like if I'm at home and like she's outside or something like that and I'm chilling or whatever the case may be, I'm able to use that walkie-talkie app really quick. Like, hey, yo, can you give me this? Boom. Stuff like that. A lot of people don't know that they have the walkie-talkie app on their watch, and it actually is available, and it's available for all watches, I believe. I don't remember the update. I'll pop it on the screen somewhere. But as long as you have a certain update, you could be able to use it, but it is accessible to all Apple Watches. And the walkie-talkie app, I think, is a dope and fun little way to communicate back and forth. And from what I know and from what I read, there's no distance needed for the actual walkie-talkie app. So it's not like, oh, they got to be in the same house or something like that. They could literally be in a different state or something like that. You use the walkie-talkie app. As long as they're available and their watch is alive and connected, you ain't gonna be able to use it. You can go like, hey, give me blah, 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 10-4, 10-4. You know what I mean? No? All right. And then finally, this is just for the Ultra watches, both the 1 and 2, which is the quick action button. Now, obviously, the quick action button isn't anything that's super innovative because I'm sure other watches have that. I use it personally for my gym. So if I'm going playing basketball, whatever activity that I'm doing, I have that little button, that little orange button. I click it right there. It takes me to all my workouts so I can quickly access it. Me, I have it for my fitness because like I said, I use my watch a lot for fitness. So if I'm playing pickleball, boom, click that, select the pickleball for the open workout, stuff like that, and it gives me access to all of it. You can also set up other shortcuts to which you are able to actually start that training. So if you want to do functional strength training and you wanted to just start by pressing that, you can go ahead and do it that way. But me, I find it kind of difficult since I do just various different types of exercises to just like have one dedicated button for that. So I just mapped it to all my workouts so I could be able to choose from there. That's going to conclude today's video. Hopefully I shed some light to either Apple Watch users that didn't know they can do certain things with their Apple Watch, or users that are kind of on the fence of whether or not they should get an Apple Watch. Now, just quick tip for Apple Watch Ultra. Yes, I have the Apple Watch Ultra, and no, I don't use it to its fullest extent, such as like outdoorsy adventure, swimming type stuff. I like it just because the form factor, it's bigger screen real estate. It looks nice. I like the titanium look, and that's just kind of how it is. And it's rugged. I just love rugged things that can take a beating. Now, is it completely worth it if you're not going to fully use it? No, I highly recommend you go to like a Series 10 or something like that. Just making sure that you fully utilize the Apple Watch. I'm not going to sit here and tell you, yes, get the Apple Watch Ultra because I have it and it's the best thing ever. No, not at all. If you know you're not going to fully use it for adventure, outdoorsy things, it's just going to be for like running or working out and stuff like that, I highly recommend just going with like a Series 10 or just a non-Ultra one just to save you a few bucks and stuff like that. Now, obviously, a lot of the features you get on the Ultra, but they're not deal breaking at all. Like, it shouldn't be one of those things where it's like, oh, you should get it just because of this. Not at all. And I'm telling you that right now, like straight up. Hopefully that gives you guys some sort of, you know, knowledge or something like that, however you want to say it. This is just how I use my stuff. These are the features that I love my Apple Watch. Hopefully you either learn something new or you already knew that. You just like, all right, screw you, Augie, whatever, blah, blah, blah. No. Let me know how you guys use your guys' Apple Watch. Which ones do you have? What are you excited for? Because I know they're going to be coming out with other models. I probably won't upgrade until they fully come out with a different type of Ultra watch. Let me know how you guys use it. And I support all the love you guys have been giving me. Like, subscribe, dislike. Of course, let me know why you dislike so we can make this channel better. And we almost to 1,000, so let's get there. Let's get there. Love you guys for watching, and yeah, we out.